us home with the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball fair down the line. That chases in Rumfield. Goodman coming around. He ties it. It gets away. Here comes the next run. Carrick is coming home. He dives, and the ball game is over. The Rockies stun the Red Sox in the 9th inning with 4 consecutive hits in this inning and 8 straight hits. 3-2 the final.
The Rockies with the worst record in Major League Baseball. A team that you're a game and a half ahead of in the standings when it comes to, I mean, you are. Man, it is not good.
I had a teacher.
It is not good.
I had a teacher, such a dick, that he played that song in class.
Okay.
And then he made us write what it means to you. It was like his favorite song. Like,
why was that such a dick move?
Not the spot for it.
Okay.
Some people don't like the song.
Well,
is that what you wrote?
It was an exercise.
I can't remember what I wrote.
Yeah.
I think I wrote he was high.
What grade?
I was like 6th. Yeah.
It's tough analysis for a 6th grader.
I know, right? Yeah.
Dude was high.
Yep.
Zoe. Scott.
Yeah. Scott. Red Sox lose again last night. Give me your state of the Red Sox, Dondero.
Well, we should have led with this because it immediately makes me feel better about the Celtics. At least the Celtics are a living, breathing organization that is actually in a position to try to win. The Red Sox, I feel like, don't want to win, don't try to win, don't do what's necessary to win, and we're just kind of going through the motions. I think the brand is broken. I think they're hopeless. It's been that way for a few years. I don't see any relief in sight when it comes to Craig Breslow. I can't stand listening to him, and I'm as down on this team and this organization as I've ever been.
You got to be excited for the trade deadline, though.
I'm not excited for the trade. What am I going to be excited? What are they going to do? Zoe, it's hopeless, Zoe. Are they going to sell? Are they going to buy? If they buy, you know it'll be underwhelming. They're not going to buy. Are they going to sell? Okay, we're going to sell. We're going to sell it off. What's that going to get me? Selling it off. Because they're going to come back next year with a vengeance and go get a bunch of guys because they got money and they've got space and motivation. No, they're going to sell and they're going to be nothing again. They're going to get draft picks that'll turn into nothing, or they'll hype these guys for 4 years and one of them will sort of work out, maybe, kind of. I mean, it's hopeless, and the brand is broken, and I'm not convinced anybody that comes in here is going to fix this. The only thing that will fix this, I think, will be the start of it would be significant moves towards getting back to what you were. Stars, offseason, big-time hot stove acquisitions. Getting the big-name guy to come here would speak to me, and you start with that. Outside of that, I think the brand is broken, and anything that can go wrong will go wrong because that's what people expect, and they're ready to pounce when it does.
Well, I'm with you. It's not just like a move, right? It's not just a bat. Like, from a culture perspective, we talked about this with Vrabel, Zoe. He spent so much time changing the culture and making sure that that's important. Like, it's just broken with the Red Sox right now.
I'm a huge culture person.
Completely broken.
It's underrated. It's so underrated. Because you don't have to have the greatest team, but if you're together and you play hard and you find ways to make it work. They don't have any of that. What's your take on Roman Anthony? We'll talk to you about that.
I think right now, Roman, I said this, I said he's
soft.
I think he's closer to Tyler Sagan right now than he is Jason Tatum or Drake May. You know, the stats are, and I'm not a stats person, but they're alarming. His first 100 games, he's averaging, what did he have, 9 home runs and 60, I mean, he was on pace for about 18 home runs and I think 69 RBIs for a 162 game season. That's statistically not overwhelming. Now, is he a great talent? Of course he is, but he hasn't been out there. He had 1 year, not even the year. He had a half of the year last year. Looked great when he was there. Looked good in the World Baseball Classic. But I'm not ready to sign. I don't know what this guy is.
A sprain.
Right.
Multiple opinions. Like, I'm not just killing him because he's injured. The fact that the team has cleared him twice.
Where is
he?
They
had to backtrack it. Lack of communication again, whatever it is. But his sprain is somewhat of a tear. But, like, the stuff we went through with Pedroia and Ortiz and those guys, and just tough guys that found a way to play.
That's right.
You know?
So if you talk about culture, I question whatever, because he's going to be their best player. What culture is he going to do?
Like, they elevate. I ripped into my kid in the car. We're driving. He goes, "Hey, Dad, you know what he did in the World Baseball Classic, though? How about that?" I go, "Yeah, who does he play for? He doesn't play for the World Baseball Classic. He doesn't play for the country. He plays for the Boston Red Sox. They pay his salary. That's what he plays for.
I mean, everybody on the Red Sox did great in the World Baseball Classic. What does that mean?
Whoop-de-doo.
They were the toast of the whole tournament. Every guy made plays.
All right, Red Sox in the mix as well as your Giannis calls. Loaded line, so let's get to some of them. Paul is in Abington. Paul.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. The first thing I just want to find out, Dondero needs to answer, how do the Red Sox record 8 straight hits in the 8th and 9th inning when you have to end an inning with an out?
That perplexed me, too.
Because they ended, one of the outs was on a hit, and the guy got thrown out at home. The other one was on a hit, and the guy was coming around second base, went too far, so they threw it back to second, tagged him out.
Gotcha.
That's a great answer. I appreciate it. I didn't see the end of the game, so I was like, man, how do you get 8 straight hits?
Yeah, it did sound like
it's possible, and they found a way.
Yep.
This team found a way.
Hey, so real quick, the thing I kept thinking about for the last, couple of weeks when there was all this Giannis talk, and I hate to go back so far in time now. It's been at least a dozen years, whatever year it was, 13 or 14. The Celtics traded Garnett and Pierce, or however it ended up with with the Brooklyn Nets. We got the pick ultimately to pick Tatum, but when the Nets picked up Garnett and Pierce, they were at the end of their careers. They weren't anywhere near as good as Giannis still can be. But I just kept thinking about the fact that when teams make these type of trades and they pick up a guy, in this case Giannis, does he still have a lot left? Does he not have as much left? I just feel like a lot of times that a year or two after that trade is made, it doesn't necessarily work out for the team that made the trade for the big name player. It just doesn't seem to work that way as many times as people may think. So I just kept thinking about that. I didn't want to see the Celtics become the Nets of a dozen years ago, and all of a sudden the Bucks prosper on our picks. It's all part of the game, but I just could not stop thinking about that. But I called for that, but I got to ask Zoe a question, because being a former athlete, all I keep hearing about is the talk about, at least today so far, is how do the Celtics and Brown move forward now, because he knows that he was being offered for Giannis, obviously. And I say to myself, I got to believe that that's the highest probably praise a player can get, is when you're in trade talks with another great player. And that's what happens in sports. Not every player can play their entire career with their current team. It doesn't seem to work out that way a lot of times. So I think that the Celtics they'll be fine. Brown goes back to the Celtics unless they still unload him to somebody, but I think it'll all work out fine for the Celtics.
Yeah, I think he's been offered twice. Once for Durant, once for Giannis. And you can't sit there as a player when you go through a negotiation and say, well, it's just part of the business. This is why I'm not signing it. You're like that. And then when a team tries to trade you, don't believe that's part of the business. There's 2 parts of the business here. So, I mean, do you blame the team? No, the team's trying to get better. I understand that. Jaylen Brown of year 4 versus Jaylen Brown of this year. I don't think he gets past it as easy 4 or 5 years ago. I think you have to mature, right? You've got a lot of money, over $300 million.
Those resumes changed substantially since
you have a 2-year extension sitting there looking at you. Like, you could be mature about this and talk to them potentially about coming back, but I think they got to pay him. Don't you?
I do.
Yeah, I'll come back.
That would be the only chance they have.
2-year extension. Let's go. I'm back.
I hope they do it.
That's a lot. It's a lot of money for an extension that's a few years down the road.
What's the alternative, though?
You don't have to sign an extension right now. You can move him, right?
Yeah,
you can move him still. I don't know what that relationship's going to be like. I think that the resume has changed for Jaylen Brown, where he could be looking at it saying again, "Hey, I won the Finals MVP, and I was the best player on the team last year and carried you to a 2 seed. And I'm ready to have my own team, and now you guys tried to ship me out of here for Giannis, and now you want me to come back and pretend like nothing happened?" Again, what's the communication been like with Brad Stevens?
Imagine him sitting there thinking to himself, yeah, I just carried us to a 2 seed. Best player.
You don't think that happened?
No, I don't think it's about the ranking.
It might, but I think that's a pathetic mentality.
I think he just sat on a stream. Go ahead.
He sat on a stream and said it, though. It was his favorite year.
No, you're right.
Yeah, but it's not like you elevate the 2 seed and say that, oh, look at that. Look at that runner-up, baby. Look at that first-round elimination. I did something this year that I never did in years past in the NBA, or never had the opportunity to. And maybe I challenged myself and I never thought I could do it, but I did it. See, I think that's the way you say it.
Yes.
He kind of did.
Yes. That's why I didn't think it was that big a deal.
Hey, best year ever, man. It's taking a shot at the other guy. That's what it is. It's back and forth.
All right, step aside. On the other side, we'll get back to your phone calls next on Zolak and Bertrand.
Zolak and Bertrand
Zolak and who?
on the Sports Hub.
I'd like to thank George, the People's Champ Sepulveda, always listening to the show, always working. Zoe, Ghana is in West Africa, just west of Nigeria, and in between the Ivory Coast and a country named Togo. Good job, George.
How about that?
George is always on it.
George got
George busts his ass, man.
He busts his ass.
Sure does.
grinding, nonstop. Bill is in the Cape. Bill.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey,
Zoe, you should be proud of the Facebook your wife and kids left to you about being a father, man.
outstanding.
I'd be a proud guy.
I got the best kids.
Outstanding.
Awesome. And wife. Thank
Good.
you.
Good save.
Hey guys.
No, I think, yeah. Well, it's Father's Day.
No. I mean, that's
Yeah. She wrote one about her father. I wrote one about mine. The kids wrote it about me. So that was great.
How many kids?
Well,
3.
3 kids.
anyways, that was great. But anyways, I don't think Jason Tatum has the heart. Okay, and I'm from Boston. The heart. What do you think, so? And you guys, I would get rid of him. Get all these picks.
I think it's
keep Brown and get.
I mean, I know I've called him more softer than Brown, but I think that's damning to refer to him as that, as like you don't have any heart. He sure as hell busted his ass to get back from an Achilles surgery.
Yes.
That was monumental. I've never seen anything like it. Tough to get on him after that. Like you can't question his heart. You could question when he gets nasty, can he get in there and mix it up a little bit? You know, when the tough gets going, like it's easy to hit threes and be up 10 with 4 minutes left, and you run away, just shoot, you know? When you're down 4 late in the game, is he give me the ball guy? Pierce. See, the problem is you watch Paul Pierce here. And that was Pierce's team. And Pierce went through some bad times here. But then you put it together, like good supporting cast. You mature, and you become that stone cold killer late in games. And that's what Pierce was. I know you said you bring up a certain game, but like the guy's been here 8-9 years.
I'm just talking. You're talking about a guy. I know what you're saying, Zoe. But
I hate the stat part of it. I don't care about his stats. I don't care about the doubles. Like
it's not just stats though. It's 50-point games in game 7.
Brunson misses shots. He takes some bad shots, but damn, does he want the ball at the end of the game?
I think it's as much about the lows because there's just been so much bad. There's been unacceptable.
Do you remember the Marcus Smart shots? I'm sorry here to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Remember there was a series of that where like those guys just deflect and let Smart hang himself. Like he was the one taking the last shot. What the hell are we doing?
Tim, I've watched the games. There's too many times. There has been too many times for a guy as good as Jason Tatum where I have been petrified of what he was going to do with the ball late in the game. Okay, Brunson misses shots, but he has done it so much more consistently. And I totally disagree with the caller. The heart thing, I think he has all of those things. I just think he's not that good, and he loses his focus or whatever it is late in the games. He's not Paul. I think Pierce was better in those moments. He had a knack for it. Right. More of a knack.
So do you think Jaylen Brown, though, is that player?
I don't think he's great either. I just think he's better than Tatum.
I think he wants to be that.
Well, that's why I come into the Giannis thing, though, then. I don't understand why you guys wouldn't be on Giannis if you guys feel that way about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Right? Like, shouldn't you be trying to change the mix there a little bit if that's the case?
So changing the mix, doesn't that hurt the big guy, though? You bring him in, and now he's captain takeover, not the guy that you built everything around?
That's possible. You got now you've got 2 guys. I'm just saying.
You risk losing a player there.
Like, I can't think. I don't watch every Bucks game. How many clutch shots has Giannis made? I mean, he's not a shot maker. He's a good player. He's stats. He's got good stats.
He's won a championship.
Yeah, but that's MVP. Those are stats. That's a lot of stats involved at those awards.
Triple doubles. He loves those.
Yeah. I'm talking about the end of the game. Can you be that guy that makes your team believe you're going to win? Brady, Ortiz, Mahomes, Brunson. That's the guy you need.
We have an update on the Jaylen Brown situation from Shams. He was just on with Pat McAfee a few minutes ago. T-Bone says that we have that. Let's take a listen.
Be fallout from this. There already is. Like, since last night, my understanding is the Celtics are listening to interested teams and offers for Jaylen Brown. So they're not, I wouldn't say they're actively shopping him right now, but the Celtics are listening to offers. There are multiple interested teams that have started to at least reach out and engage and have a level of dialogue with the Celtics.
If you're not pissed off now, you're pissed off. If you're Brown. Like, okay, okay, I get it. I've been through it with Durant, been through it with Giannis. Now you're just taking calls on me?
Well, I agree with you. Isn't this a different level than even being involved in those trade discussions?
That means there's no chance of this thing coming back or him running it back.
I kind of agree with you there. I don't think if you're taking out calls on him, again, I think you can sell and manage the relationship if it's like, hey, look, we had an opportunity to bring in Look, we clearly believe in you, man. This was a top 25 player of all time that we had the opportunity to bring in. It's no disrespect to you. And let's work on this relationship. If now you're talking about just we're fielding calls and we're open to kind of anything, that makes me wonder if the relationship is. And is it Jaylen Brown too that's kind of pushing this, right? Does he want out?
Absolutely.
It feels like there was. I'm not saying this happened, but based on that and what you guys just said, it feels like there was some sort of straw that broke the camel's back, and there was a point of no return. We have to move on. I don't know why or how, but that's what it feels like based on that.
We need a stream.
Yeah.
We need him to get on.
Oath of the Great from St. Louis from yesterday, correct?
Oh, happy! Damn,
Yes.
It was a happy day till I just heard that news from Shams. Good goodness, this isn't good, gentlemen. Number one, I'm happy that JB isn't gone, but man, if they are actively shopping him, like, because you guys said something before, and he can deal with trade rumors because he's had trade rumors before they won the chip, after they won the chip, he's dealt with that crap. But for them to actively just whoever gives us the best deal, I think that's ridiculous. Now, other thing that was crazy to me, skinny dude, because the one dude on the show looks like Dan Aykroyd from Great Outdoors, but the skinny dude, you said yesterday that you thought you were surprised that so many people were calling. Yeah, I guess whoever had the glasses on. The skinny dude, you were saying you were surprised that so many people were calling in for JB. We're going to call in for JB, man. He's a champion. He's a future Hall of Famer. Like, bruh, how did you not want us to keep JB? And the other thing that I don't get, everything he's done for the city of Boston, especially the black neighborhood, we can't keep him around, or just because he speaks up and he voices his opinion on different things. I don't understand. And another thing that I don't like, Tatum. Why don't you say something? And it is another thing too with JT and this is the thing, and I can't say this too loud in St. Louis, but I'll say it anyway. Tatum does not. When they won the chip in 24, they were a fortified unit. They were a team. Ever since then, it's not been like that. And before that, it didn't seem like it was like that. Every time I see him, it's a commercial with him and himself or a family member. Why not bring one of your teammates in? I saw that Knicks commercial with the Knicks since March Madness, and that was all year. And look how that team, they had old Knicks and new current Knicks. They were a team, and look what they just did a couple weeks ago. All I'm saying is Celtics, you need to not shop JB, keep him there, and JT, get together with your team and make you guys a fortified unit like you were.
Hey, real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which one looked like Dan Aykroyd?
The big dude with the glasses. He looked like Dan Aykroyd in Great Outdoors.
I appreciate it. Just wanted to make sure we got that. What do you think of that?
I hate Dan Aykroyd.
Not a Dan Aykroyd guy, huh?
Not funny.
No?
He's got the voice. He always does this. It's funny. You take Dan Aykroyd and Sandler, put them all on the same thing over there.
You didn't like him in Tommy Boy?
No. Wait, he was in Tommy. Oh, yeah. He was, go down our parts. Zelensky. Yeah.
Pat's in Franklin. Pat.
Give me the box. Give me order 50,000.
Zolak.
What?
You got to give spies like us a try. That's the only movie I can.
Oh, I like that movie. Yeah, he and Bill Murray in it. That was awesome.
And he's married to that blonde woman that was the lead.
Yeah,
Anyways,
correct.
Brad Stevens played Shams like the sham that he is. He was never trading Jaylen Brown. And McKone, Baylor Shireman, if he's a deal breaker, come on, man. Baylor Shireman and Hugo, 3 points a game. That's not a deal breaker. They were not trading him. And this Trey Murphy guy, he's another version of Derek White. If you're going to get rid of Jaylen Brown for Trey Murphy, all they're going to do is shoot threes, and they're going to lose in the first round and get swept by whoever they play. So Stevens is going to get a big guy. He's not getting rid of Brown, and they're going to shoot less threes. If they don't do that, they're going to play him out in the first round. That's my thoughts. Shams is a sham.
All right, Pat. Shams isn't a sham. I don't think you drag Jaylen Brown through everything you have over the last 24 hours for Miami to add an extra pick swap, right? That's probably not a good way to go. If you're going to drive up the price, I probably don't use Jaylen Brown as leverage for that and damage that relationship. That's just me. I find that hard to believe. So I think Jaylen Brown was in that trade. They didn't take that package. And I think Jaylen Brown's getting shopped right now based on what Shams just said. I believe that. I don't think he's going to be a Boston Celtic next season. I really don't.
Do you think that's mostly because of Brown or the team?
That I don't know yet. I don't know who's pushing. Or is it mutual? Or is it the Celtics that have decided that we have to go in a different direction? Or is it Jaylen Brown coming off of that year saying, I'm ready to have my own team? I don't know where that's coming from. But again, we went from not being 100% sure he was in the Giannis deal to not being shocked, but he's in the Giannis deal, to now the latest thing that we just heard from Shams is just not necessarily being shocked. But
I hate how they turned that. He's not being shopped, but we're taking calls. He's being shopped.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Either you're open for business or you're closed. Right?
Yes.
You want to go to candy stores, the door open. Get some candy.
Headlines here from Dondero. More of your phone calls next on Zolak and Bertrand.
Nice.
McKone,
I don't think he's ever listened to the show.
Dondero.
On the show.
I filled in a few times. Elliot's in Boston. Elliot.
Hey, guys. I kind of get the feeling that Brad, for the first time as a GM, might have got played in these negotiations, because what I don't understand is Tyler Hero, say whatever you want about him. The only thing that he is in this trade is an expiring contract. So for a team like Milwaukee, who's intent on rebuilding, a guy like Brown that has 3 max years left on his deal, plus is going to require a 2-year extension, wasn't a piece that would be attractive to Milwaukee.
Correct.
So if all of a sudden now there's going to be this bidding war like Brian Windhorst has said, or now they're open to taking calls on Brown, why wasn't this bidding war for Brown used to facilitate a 3-team deal, get Milwaukee what they need, and still get the things that you need to get the deal done for Giannis? I do think that Brad got played in these negotiations.
It's an interesting point.
It's part of it.
Like if Jaylen isn't what they wanted, but he's still and clearly he is the most valuable asset that was been moved in the Miami or Boston trade packages. Could you have brought in a third team to get the pieces necessary to make Milwaukee jump and send Giannis to Boston?
I don't think so. I think Milwaukee had it set in their head, and did he get played? Did they get another couple picks out of it, or did they get another player on top of it? Like, that's the direction they wanted to go in. And I think Brad's probably pissed this thing went public, because now you're in a little bit of damage control. That's part of negotiations, though. That's the way it works. I trust him to make the next move.
Yeah, same. I still trust him. I would just love to know what they thought Giannis was going to offer that Jaylen Brown couldn't offer. And I know there's stuff there. I just would like to know and hear from them specifically. We're not going to hear it because he didn't come here. But was it the defense? Was it the added length?
I think that's part of it, right?
Size,
rim protection.
Hey, if we're going to go inside, we don't have it on, and our three's not hit. You had something to kick it into. They really didn't have that guy. Like, Brown tried to be it. You know, I love his effort. He's just not. He's not a force like him.
Okay,
that guy's a force.
Maybe they think they save some money because, you know, Giannis can do some of the rim protection. He's a little taller, you know, and it's just one player. You don't have to get Brown and another guy.
You're also adding 2 years of wear and tear.
You are.
Like, he's 2 years older. Brown's more of the sure thing.
Yeah, to a player that has a game that is not going to age well in Giannis.
Correct.
Joe was in Melrose. Joe.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
So I always try to liken these situations because none of us know what's going on behind the scenes. So I try to liken it to just, you know, the lives that we all lead. And you tell me, if your significant other were to come home one day and tell you they no longer love you and they want to explore relationships with other people, you don't go back to that. You can't recover from that. And if I'm Jaylen Brown, there's no way in the world I'm going to go back to that, you know, relationship. That's just a reality, and that's just human nature. And those are my thoughts, and I'm curious for your perspective. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want to go with that analogy, right? The first one was, hey, I ran into this super famous actor, I couldn't say no. Now, the latest Shams report is like,
who's
hey,
the actress?
I'm just at the supermarket checking things out, and,
Which
and
actress
whatever
is it for you?
happens.
Which actress is it for you?
I don't know. I'm perfectly happy.
Yeah,
perfectly content.
Who are you dating?
You said that for a reason.
Content.
What's your girl look like, or what's the significant other look like? Who you dating? If she's really out of your league, and you got her, and you might go back.
Yeah.
I
know, but now you're saying that we're going to open this up and just listen. So now I'm just going to kind of take the day, sightsee, and see kind of what's out there. There's not just one specific person, which, again, I don't think helps the relationship at all.
No.
Jack is in the car. Jack.
Hey, guys.
See how I dodge it?
I see it dodge it. Yeah. I'll be back to it.
So my perspective is this. I don't think Milwaukee why would you trade for Jaylen Brown? I mean, you're in a rebuilding mode. You want to pay a guy a supermax contract when you're going to acquire other first round picks. Doesn't seem to make sense to me at all. I actually don't think the Celtics are in a bad position at all. But truthfully, you could pick up Trey Murphy. You don't need to trade Jaylen Brown for him. I would get rid of Derek White. He's 32, going to go in 33 years old. He's kind of at his peak. 3-point shooting's down. I'd flip him for Rudy Gobert. And then Jaylen Brown, there's going to be plenty of teams that are desperate to have a guy of his caliber. So I think the Celtics are in a really good position. One other point I'll make is there's only one guy in the NBA who has won a championship in the last 7 or 8 seasons. You know who that is? Multiple championships? It's Drew Holiday. And interesting that he won one in Milwaukee, one with Boston. I think Drew Holiday makes up for a lot of Joe Mazzulla's coaching mistakes. He's a floor general, really successful guy. Went out to Portland. They thought they were going to have rebuilding out there. Ends up leading them into the playoffs for the 7th seed. I'm not saying pick up Drew Holiday again, but I do think that Celtics would benefit immensely from having a floor general that could run the offense instead of either Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
I mean, Drew Holiday to me is the type of caliber of player that you've been talking about all show.
Correct.
The OG Anunoby, the guy that can, exactly.
Winner.
Maybe he's not your 1 or 2.
I like a guy a little more length, but that type of guy. Been around, experienced. What?
A little fake promo that we've, certainly you walked into, but you're good. You're good. You'll hear it again Friday. Don't worry about it. You'll hear it again Friday.
Yeah, right.
It's fine.
Tim, hey, everyone's got preferences. Tim's in the car.
Sure
Tim,
I've heard yours.
You talking to me?
Yes, Tim.
Oh, yeah, I'm in Waltham.
Oh.
Real quickly, I know it's not as you guys are having a great show. It's a great show. This isn't as sexy. I know that what should happen after the baseball season ends, the very day that it ends, the first foot that walks into that coach's office at Fenway better be Jason Varitek. Doesn't he have an old battery situation with Breslow a little bit? And also, if Breslow wants to keep his job, he better hire Varitek. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Tim, you got to call it 2 o'clock show. Yeah. 2 o'clock show cannot stand that question. That point, the Jason Varitek point. They lose their minds when that's brought up.
No, I don't think the manager's going to make any difference for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I
thought he said
it would be quite the pivot from firing Varitek about 4 weeks ago, by the way.
Right.
Brian's in the car. Brian.
Hey, guys, I'm glad this BS is over and Brown's still with us. All we need to do, what I think we need to do is get the Time Lord back. We need that guy in the middle, guy who's a shot blocker. Guy doesn't hang out in the 3-point line. He stays in there, and all he does is shoot layups and dunk shots, and he's a great shot blocker.
I'd be for that with Jaylen Brown. You need the second star for me to get excited about a move like that. Without the second star, that doesn't do anything for me.
Yep.
Time Lord, games played, 2022, 35, 2023, 6, 2024, 25, 20, and then 59. Turned into Cal Ripken Jr. in that last year with Portland. But,
right.
Other than that, I don't know how reliable he is, but okay. Chase is in New Hampshire. Chase.
Hey, I think that the best trades that the Celtics could make for Jaylen Brown would be tonight for pick 1 and AD, or pick 2 and sign a trade for Walker Kessler, because I think we need a big man to win a championship, a star big man who can do stuff on both sides of the floor. I think that's what we need. If we do trade Jaylen Brown, I think it has to be tonight.
It's possible. Look, Windhorst says it's on the table. Doesn't think it's likely that it happens tonight. But if you're going to deal for some picks, again, that's a pivot though from the Giannis trade that we were talking about, right? Because is your window then like, hey, expectation is to win a championship right now if you're trading for a lottery pick tonight in the Jaylen Brown deal? If you're shipping Jaylen Brown out for a lottery pick tonight,
draft tonight,
in the draft tonight,
your window is closed if you do that.
You're not trying to win a championship this upcoming year.
By the time that pick, you know how the NBA works. It takes years for those guys to get ready to win a championship. Tatum will be out. He'll be gone. Or he'll be old.
It's a good run.
You think it's over?
Well, if they're splitting them up, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think the chance of getting rid of trading Jaylen Brown and getting back a package that's going to allow them to really seriously contend is so small.
Yeah, there aren't many there. All right, today's takeaways coming up next on Zolak and Bertrand.
It's time to take.
That's not a hot take.
End of the day. Hot takes from the day. Today's takeaways with Zolak and Bertrand on 98.5, The Sports Hub.
Oh, all right. Today's takeaway brought to you by our friends at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. How about a no-risk, high-rewards, all path to real weight loss? If you're not happy with your results in the very first week, get 100% of your money back guaranteed. Awaken180weightloss.com.
All right, before we get to today's takeaway, we do have some breaking news-ish stuff in the NFL. We've been talking about the Brendan Sorsby thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
The Texas Tech quarterback got popped for gambling, going to go in the supplemental draft. Not so fast. Pete Thamel in the last 15 minutes writing that Brendan Sorsby will not play in the NFL in 2026 as the league has elected to not hold a supplemental draft. The NFL's decision came down to the league's right in the collective bargaining agreement to hold a draft as league officials felt it would ultimately become a distraction to teams as they begin to start training camp. Quote, his application carries with it a lot of issues, core of the game integrity issues. Again, Sorsby admitted to betting thousands of times on college and pro sports, bet a total of upwards to $90,000. They included 40 bets on Indiana football while he was on the roster at the school. So he's not going to be allowed to play in the NFL in 2026. He's got sanctions now in the NCAA, so he's just kind of out there. But we thought that maybe a second-round supplemental pick, and then you don't know, maybe that's the next Jets quarterback. Now I don't know what winds up happening with that kid. It's interesting.
It's tough. It's tough because the league's in bed with gambling. It's huge. It's the biggest thing in pro sports and the NFL and college sports, or college football and then March Madness. You're all in bed with it. And now all of a sudden you can't bet. You can't bet on your games. You can't bet on games. That's the rule.
Yeah,
follow the rule.
Just because they're in bed with it.
You want to be a professional quarterback, or you want to be on a full ride. Just don't bet. Don't bet. You can't do it. It's the first sign you see when you enter an NFL locker room. Gambling is illegal. Everybody gets nailed, gets suspended, or gets fined. With Keyshawn Booty with some of the stuff, they'll find you, and they found him. So,
yeah, I mean, even though that they are in bed with gambling, if you're betting on the sport you're playing, you cannot get involved in that.
40 bets on Indiana football while he was on the roster too.
We played in Vegas a bunch the last couple of years. They would talk to you cannot be seen at tables. You can't do it. Don't do it. Don't jeopardize it. Don't even do it as an employee, not even a player. It's not good.
I feel bad for Barth. Barth was going to have a little taste of draft again with this supplemental draft coming up, right?
No first-round pick.
Little fix
right?
until next April to get him in next April.
What's
not so fast anymore. I don't know. Now he's got to put it back in the bottle. What do we got, T-Bone, for today's takeaways?
We're calling this a couple of examples of Dondero being Dondero.
Oh, yeah.
I never thought this was going to happen. I never thought they were going to get as close to this deal as they did. That's a fair point by you, T-Mac. I mean, you would think, I don't know what else Brad Stevens has up his sleeve, and I trust Brad Stevens typically.
He's T-Mac?
I call him that. Is that a no-go?
Oh, yeah. It goes back to our Providence days.
Right.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
Let me know.
617-779-0985. Loaded lines. Let's sneak in a couple of calls here before headlines. Let's go to Dalton in Dedham. Dalton.
Looking for a good hot dog spot.
Justin?
Coney Island. What are we doing here? Coney Island.
I'm not the Worcester guy.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
People were acting like this was some favorite. Oh, and the NBA's worst nightmare. Tatum's back. The East's worst night. No, they didn't have enough.
You can tell what the problem is with the team. If you watch sports and you do it a certain way, you're so overtaken by these damn numbers. It's frustrating. It really
It's
is.
humans playing the game. It's humans.
All right, the human's going to get you caught up on our headlines here. Dondero's got you. We'll get to more of your phone calls after this.
You're back tomorrow. You're back tomorrow.
I'm back tomorrow.
Humans.
I know. I just, this is why people think I'm an angry person. I'm not really. I
just fired up.
You're not angry. Passionate.
Yeah, you get
You're
passionate. Intense.
There's a difference.
I'm intense. I'm
really
it's
intense.
humans playing the game. It's humans. Somebody took a screenshot and I just.
You're high strong.
Yeah. So I'm intense.
A little jacked up. Yeah, I like that.
All right.
I like that. I asked you yesterday, was Jaylen Brown going to be on the Celtics when we walked out the door? We both said no. He's still on the Celtics. When we come back tomorrow after the first round of the NBA draft, is he still going to be a Boston Celtic?
Yes.
Yep.
He'll still be here.
Jay Stu with two thumbs way up.
Yep.
Celebrating in the back room right now that Jaylen Brown's on the roster.
We're right.
I don't know for how much longer you're right, but as of now, yeah, he's on the roster. I'm with you, though. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I think eventually he gets moved this offseason, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight for this first round of the draft. But, man, what a mess.
It was a shocker when it came down. It was. Hey, you know me. I didn't want him to leave, but I was shocked when I saw it.
Everything was pointing to him coming to Boston. Giannis coming to Boston yesterday. Plenty of stuff. And then Miami winds up with him, and now I don't know what you do if you're Brad Stevens. You got some work to do.